Well, first of all, it's people's right to protest. If they want to protest, that's something, long as they're doing it adhering to the public health rules, which are staying 6 feet apart, masking, and that particular group, I did see some media on that. My recommendation to them would be for them to observe what Dr. Shahab is recommending, which is 6 feet apart, making sure that you have your mask on, washing your hands, sanitizing your hands, and also keeping within your bubble. This is not just to keep them safe, but it's to keep everybody safe.
So you're okay with... These groups deny that what you're saying, what Dr. Shahab's saying is the truth. So I don't think they're going to, with all due respect, going to listen to that. What should be done about these groups? They do have a right to protest, you're right, but should something more be done if they're in a public place not adhering to public health guidelines?
Again, I got to get up to speed on what Dr. Shahab is in the fine process. I don't think that the fine should be coming out from a political angle. I think they should be coming out from a public health angle. And we have public health experienced public health officers that are out there, and they will make that decision. And I'll make sure that I support Dr. Shahab in any decisions that he makes.
Why are you okay with anti-mask protests?
I didn't say it was. I didn't say that.
You said people have a right to protest, and you asked them to adhere to the guidelines, but if people are going out protesting your government's guidelines where you're asking people to please adhere to them to curb the number of cases, why are you okay with these protests happening in the first place?
I said I'm okay with protests happening if they adhere to the public health guidelines. If protests are happening and they're not adhering to the public health guidelines, then I'm not in support of that because they're breaking public health guidelines. So I made that very clear distinction.
So even if people put on a mask and said, don't listen to what the government says, COVID-19 is a hoax, you're okay with that message?
No, I'm not okay with that message. I think the message from Dr. Shahab is the message that everybody should be adhering to. These are experts. These are people, Dr. Shahab and his team have degrees on top of degrees on top of degrees. They are experts in this, and I would urge them to anybody to adhere by all of those recommendations and to make sure that they're safe.